once in a while, a new style of music comes along that, together with parallel developments in art and fashion, changes the world. The mid-1970s saw the coming of age of punk rock, which reacted against some of the musically adventurous but difficult to play genres that dominated the early 70s. It was a back to basics kind of music, simple enough for even absolute beginners to play. Our story begins with the Stooges, the Michigan band fronted by Iggy Pop. They released a track called 1970 in that same year on their influential second album, Funhouse. Their bass player was Dave Alexander. For this riff, all we need is 2 notes. Here it is again, slowed down. Taking some of their inspiration from the Stooges, as well as the New York Dolls, the Ramones helped establish New York City as America's prime breeding ground for punk rock. Musically, punk was anything but an abandonment of previous traditions. Instead, it was more like a simplification of them. Our next riff from Blitzkrieg Bop uses the familiar L-shaped notes 1, 4, and 5 of the major scale. It was played by Douglas Colvin, also known as D.D. Ramone, in 1976. Let's slow that down a bit. Meanwhile, here in the UK, London was quick to pick up on the zeitgeist. Also in 1976, the Sex Pistols and their original and best bass player Glenn Matlock released Anarchy in the UK, which contains this rousing major key bass riff. And here's that riff again, slower. Energised by all the activity in both New York City and London, punk rock quickly spread throughout both nations and even internationally. By 1980, there was a thriving punk scene in San Francisco where Dead Kennedys formed. This riff from Holiday in Cambodia was the work of Jeffrey Lyle, also known as Klaus Fluoride. Unusually, it uses 2 strings of the bass at the same time, perhaps drawing influences from Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead. And again, here's that riff slowed down. Our last riff is from Waiting Room, recorded in 1988 by Fugazi, who are described as a post-hardcore punk band. They brought a higher level of creativity while still staying true to the aggression of the overall style. Joe Lally was their bass player. Let's slow that down. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and a big thanks also to my student Jack Holder, who helped me choose these 5 songs. This has been my first video lesson for bass guitar, and I'm planning to make more, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As usual, I've provided a downloadable PDF document of the notation and tab. To view or download it, click the link below the video on YouTube. Thanks again.